All right. Hello, Pogo Raiders. How's everyone doing on this nice sun Saturday? And also thanks for showing up today because I know there's the Pokemon Go World Championships right now over in Indianapolis. It is, I think,
Indy,
today.
yes.
Yeah, Indy. All right, cool. Yeah, so thanks for showing up. I know that's going on. I know that it's pretty exciting. I know there's all the excitement surrounding Dunebug, Party Marty, disputes. We appreciate you guys showing up. And it's we got the Pokemon Go Raids Master League Championship Draft tournament going on today. We're going to be reviewing the 4 final battles today, and it's going to be exciting for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm really looking forward to it, and we've done this for a lot of weeks now, and it gets more and more fun every time to see how these amazing battlers play these draft teams. So I can't wait.
It's exciting for sure. I can't wait to
Absolutely.
see some of these battles, how these teams work out, and more.
Yeah, for
So,
sure. So before we get started, do you want to just explain to people who might be here for the first time, a little bit
okay,
about
yes,
the
of
format?
course. Of course, of course. Okay, so the Pokemon Go or the PoGoRaids format works a little differently than the other draft tournaments or ways that most tournaments have been do similar. Oops. It's very different compared to how other servers do draft tournaments. Because unlike most draft tournaments, they actually aren't done like via best of 3 or through Silph. A lot of times, or they're done through best of 4 formats, which I think is very interesting, giving a different way of play per se. Like being able to, yes, you either win or you lose. You either win, you lose, or you tie. And there really aren't ties in Silph, so it kind of has that interesting play of even if you aren't in the best of scenarios, even if you're down 0-2, you can still claw your way up to at least tie a game and still get a point in the end. Because as far as I'm remembering correctly, losing 0 or losing either 0-4 or 1-3 gives 0 points. Tying gives 2 or 1 point, and then winning either 3-1 or 4-0 gives 2 points, as far as I remember. And you play basically in these draft tournaments for like 8-ish weeks, I think. I forget the exact time period, but it's roughly around then. And you have until typically a month to get all your battles done, and they're pretty enjoyable. Like you have a very wide variety of time to actually get everything done. It's nice being able to have the variety of time, as long as you actually stay on top of it and don't procrastinate, because procrastination's easy. I'm a college student. I know all about it. And this is also my first time being actually doing one of these drafts that I'm analyzing, of course. And I think I did pretty good, to be honest. I ended up being getting into I finished up as the runner-up, so second place for both 2 different Master League drafts. I'm honestly really happy with my team building process for one of them. Other one was kind of like, okay, I worked with what I had and was able to play around with that. And after analyzing these draft tournaments, they definitely have helped improve me as a player. So
Yeah.
I'm very thankful to be on it or be a shoutcaster for PoGoRaids, because I've learned a lot about this game that I otherwise wouldn't exactly have the knowledge of if it weren't for these drafts.
Yeah, absolutely. And like you said, draft formats and strategizing for draft tournaments, a whole different experience. It's a ton of fun. It's a learning curve the first time, but every time you do it, you get better at it, more comfortable, and it's just really it's a unique experience to be a part of. So I'm
Oh,
very happy
absolutely.
to have been a part of these kinds of things a bunch, and just every time you do a draft, you get better at it and more comfortable at it, and
Oh, absolutely.
just a whole different kind of strategy that goes into these sorts of things, which is one of the reasons why I love doing this so often, and I love watching the players make adjustments game in, game out, week in, week out, and just like change the way they attack the metas, and it's really cool to see like every week.
Oh, for sure. It's also really awesome seeing the random movesets on other things too to counter for various mons. A lot of
Absolutely.
weeks we've seen Dragon Pulse Giratina Origin, when normally in GBL or factions, it's like a what? Why are you running Dragon Pulse of all things on that? But here it actually has use. Like for example, in one of the One of the battles I could see, or two of the battles that I've covered, Dragon Pulse was actually preferred, and you wanted it over having Omniwind. So,
and it leads to really robust and unique metas,
Mhm.
and like you said, different movesets and just a different layer of complexity that I really like. And just the battles from a viewer standpoint, for us and for the people in chat, it's really cool to see things that we might not have seen before, in a standard meta.
like one of the mods that I've honestly been genuinely impressed, like in all the times I have shoutcasted these drafts, Latios was a Pokemon that's always stood out. Like naturally, Latios is not a mod that's like amazing in Master League or Master League Open or factions or wherever, but here it actually has play. Like it's shown its job because not every team has a Dragon Breath, or not every single person has like the Dialgas, the Dragonites, Zekroms. They don't have all the super duper meta things because only one person can have Zedbon on a team.
Exactly. And it really makes you go dig deep into the meta. Like just looking through some of the teams we'll see today in the battles we're going to go over in a few minutes. You got a Latios, you got an Avalugg, you got an Empoleon, you got a Milotic. So these are definitely Pokemon that you don't see in GBL because you only have one of each. And so the strategies involving these less meta options are really cool to look over. And that's my favorite part, honestly, is when we see someone use a non-meta Pokemon in these situations and have success with them. It's really cool.
I agree. Like seeing some of these random mons that otherwise wouldn't have much of a use, it's exciting.
Absolutely. All right, so do you want to talk a little bit about the battles we're going to see today?
Of course. All right. Well, let's get into these first battles. So, all right. So Oscar has the lead.
4 today, yes.
We got 4 battles.
Oh yeah, sounds good. All right, so yeah, it looks like here, as you mentioned, Oscar has the lead. And you want to go into a little bit into the relegation system and how that works and what we're really playing for today?
So basically, with relegation, I believe, as far as I know, is so when we see it the bottom of the bottom 3, under the red line, where Blue Anthrax, Flume, and Dutch Goku are. Dutch Goku is not in a good position right now. He is going to be relegated to the tier under the championship. So basically, they're all trying to fight to avoid being down or demoted, basically. And
yes,
it's basically a claw for how can I get at least a few points? How can I bump up that win rate a little bit? Doing anything you can. Do you call the baits? Do you not call the baits? It's stressful. It's
and that is the main thing we're fighting for today. As somebody mentioned in chat, Oscar is not only in the lead, he's already secured the win. But there's still a lot here as far as relegation is concerned. So you look at the bottom of that bracket, fighting for those few points to get out of the relegation zone is going to be really key in today's battles.
All right. So for the 4 battles we have today, so we have Oscar versus Heater, we have Heartbroken Kid versus Cabana, Kelsey K versus Stefan, and Crispy Chris versus Flume. So 4 very good battles. They're going to be very exciting battles. We have a bunch of all these players are extremely skilled, so no matter win or lose, it's going to be really exciting to analyze them. And we got some people. Yeah. All right.
And that's a double win.
So let's get into this. All right. So looking at this team. So looking at the 2 teams, I feel like there's some important things I want to note. So obviously on Oscar's side, there's some. So looking at Oscar's team initially, there was a the big core that I see is the Melmetal Kyogre core is absolutely huge. Being able to cover almost everything on Heater's team, if it actually gets alignment, is absolutely crucial. I feel like being able to if he gets alignment, it's really nice. It's extremely nice. And then also looking at let's see what else. So like the Sylveon also is a huge threat for Heater because if it is able to two shield, it's able to two shield through everything on the Heater's team except for the Jirachi and maybe Regirock. I think Jirachi is really the only threat to the Sylveon here, and then Machamp isn't terrible. It's not the greatest. It's still you'd rather bring other things, but it's still viable. It works.
Yeah. And I don't know about you. My first thought, as you mentioned, Melmetal looks amazing here.
That
was the first thing I noted. Good. Obviously, there are a couple of counters. Like Verzion is okay in that matchup, and nothing's like super hard counter, but just the flexibility of a Melmetal without like a hard check to it, without a hard fighter, etc. It's just going to be really flexible for Oscar to use either as a lead, a safe swap. I think he could pair it with Kyogre. He could also pair it with the Sylveon, like you mentioned. Giving that Melmetal is reliable against Jirachi. That would be a core that could have some viability. And I definitely think the Melmetal is going to be pretty strong. I'd be surprised if we didn't see it at all. I'd probably bring it almost every game and just build my safe swaps and my leads around the flexibility of
Agreed,
Melmetal.
Because like it's either you lead it and you're able to get like energy advantage and then superpower and then pivot out into like something like Kyogre to bait out a counter. And then you have like Sylveon or Latios as cleaners per se, or Machamp. So, like Latios, and this is one of the games where I'm gonna say it doesn't look phenomenal.
Yeah, no, I don't think it looks phenomenal either. But don't sleep on the Avalugg. I think that has some really solid
Avalugg shouldn't be slipped.
Yeah, like especially if Oscar's worried about Verzion, I think Avalugg looks pretty reliable here.
I agree. Because it's able to cover the Lando, it's able to cover the Yveltal, it's able to cover the Verzion. It needs shields for all three, yes, but if it is able to have shields, it gets a lovely amount of farm.
Yeah.
And then if it really wants to run Earthquake, it could. I don't know if it's going to be running Earthquake or not, but if it does, it could have some fun shield pressure on the Dialga and Regirock.
Mm-hmm. And like the Jirachi is a good counter for it, but I could even see some sort of like ABV line where you use either the Avalugg or the Sylveon to bring out that Jirachi, and the other one's more free in the back. Because really, I think the Jirachi needs to counter both the Avalugg and the Sylveon.
Mm-hmm.
All right, why don't you get into the battle, see what they end up going on with?
All right, that sounds great.
Let's do it.
Heater versus Oscar. Let's see this. Okay, so we got Latios lead. Oh, that's into the Virizion. Okay, this is really good for Oscar.
That is amazing for Oscar. Exactly where he wants to see that, especially with what he has in the back. Oh,
and then we get the Machamp. Oh, this is nasty. This is nasty. So you can throw his near right away. Solid play.
With the Shadow Machamp, you can't even the Dialga just can't tank those counters the way it can with a regular.
Yeah.
Let it go. Good call there.
And what does he go? Okay, so he's going back in with the Virizion, so he doesn't. Okay, so that's fine.
Virizion can't even farm this down. He's got to.
No, it can't. It has to throw something.
Uh-huh.
And will they shield this? And
I don't think so.
But yeah, that's fair enough. I mean, this is still a really. And they get to another one.
So much damage. You almost need to shield this or throw immediately after this because you cannot take a whole lot else. Yeah, you gotta just throw here. And I don't know what's in the back for Heater, but it is going to have to put in a ton of work.
It needs to have that shield pressure. It needs to have the passing pressure too, because he's still got 2 shields left. He's almost down 2 Pokemon.
Exactly. And Latios, just the Dragon Breath damage is overwhelming.
Like, he's got to have Jirachi has to come out. Yep, there's the Jirachi, but even then, it's not going to be enough to actually win.
It's not going to be enough.
It's got 2 monsters, and he's got Thunderbolt on Melmetal too. So like that's a good call for the because there really isn't anything you need Rock Slide for on this team. And
I guarantee you, the Thunderbolt is there for this matchup.
Yeah,
just to have something that you can hit a Jirachi with without debuffing yourself, the way that Superpower would.
And they don't sneak. Are they just gonna accept their fate, or are they gonna try to play this out?
Just let it go. There's not a whole lot you can do here.
Yeah, there really isn't anything you can do here, and they just let it go. That's a really rough first game for Heater.
Yeah, nice gentleman's play there, not making it any longer than it needs to be. That was just a very strong RPS win for Oscar. He played it really well, and when you win the lead, win the switch, and play it well, there's not a whole lot your opponent can do.
Yeah, some games are just RPS, and Like, as much as I hate to see it, it's just part of the game, unfortunately.
And before we get into game 2, it's worth noting for chat, again, if you're new here, you can run any shadow variant of the Pokemon that you have registered. They don't need to be registered as the shadow. So as we saw there, Oscar used a Shadow Machamp. His opponent might have been caught off guard by the Shadow Champ. It definitely is better in a lot of these matchups. So
I agree.
that'll be good information for Heater to have going into game 2.
All right. How is game 2 going to play out? Is Oscar going to be able, or is Heater going to be able to switch up his strategy a little bit? Is he going to be able to get a good lead? What does he?
He's got to use the Lando a little bit here.
Yeah, the Lando has play. Okay, this is a good lead for Heater.
Yep.
This is a great lead for Heater because he can just farm down easily. So the Melmetal comes out as a switch. That was a little slow of a swap. No respect for the Lando because without the rock slide, you really don't have anything for Landorus.
Yeah, I mean, Lando is a tough matchup anyway, but yeah, with without Rockslide, it's even worse. And very good call by Heater, making that adjustment and bringing the Lando into this matchup.
And how are we gonna have what's the Lando's kit looking like? Is it gonna be Earthquake? Is it gonna be double nuke? Is it gonna be superpower?
I think you gotta run superpower and then
you gotta
power.
You need superpower for thinking about it. So
yeah,
he's added a very nice amount of energy here. So.
He overfarmed quite a bit, which is definitely the play, I think.
Yep.
But he does throw the superpowers, so he debuffs himself a little bit, which is worth noting. Latios can get some good farm here.
Latios could get farm, but at the same time, yeah, that works. Because I was thinking you could get farm with, depending on what he has in the back, you could get farm with Machamp, because the debuff superpowers aren't going to be doing as much, and you come out with a ton of energy, but... that is the Earthquake.
That is
no Stone Edge.
No Stone Edge,
but that makes sense though, because there really isn't anything on his team that you want Stone Edge for besides Avalugg.
Right.
So
and even then, superpower is fine against Avalugg.
Yeah. All right. So how is he gonna? I feel like there might be the Jirachi in the back here. So
there's got to be, I'd imagine.
Yep. And there we go. Yeah, that's rough. For we have two.
Just a really good adjustment by Heater to figure out a good way to counter what he saw in game 1.
Like that was a very well played game by Heater, being able to adjust to the strategy or what Heater or what Oscar is likely going to be bringing, and
now it'll be up to Oscar to adjust to the adjustment. Because in a 4-game series, there's a lot of adjustment going on. There's a lot of changes that people can make, and a lot of chess moves that you can make. Like game 4 could be a totally different scenario than game 1. So they're both in this for the long haul.
Because with all these early games, the big thing is you're gaining advantages. You're learning about what kits your opponents have. Like you're learning, okay, they have this moveset, they have that moveset. Like it's like now Heater knows that the Lando has some actual shield pressure with Earthquake, and and Oscar has Thunderbolt on his Melmetal. Like they know that, so they're able to plan around it too.
And I think Oscar was just lulled into forgetting about that Lando, and now he's gonna have to remember it because his team was just not good against Lando. He didn't bring any of the appropriate counters that he does have, like that Avalugg, or the Kyogre, or even the Sylveon. But now he'll be a little bit more tempted to bring one of those and counter it a little harder than before.
Yeah, for sure. Like I feel like Kyogre safe could be really nice here as long as you, depending on where the Dialga is, depending on the comfortability of Heater to bring the Dialga. Like as long as
Virizion is also a problem for Kyogre.
Yeah, that's true. That is true. The Virizion.
But I agree with you. It's so good against Jirachi and Landorus that there is play for it. You just need to make sure you get alignment and avoid the Dialga Virizion that you don't want to see.
Agreed. And hi Chad, how's it going? We got one of my faction mates. I respect.
Nice. And how is everyone doing in chat today? Obviously, love seeing you all and enjoying the battle with everybody. And let's get into number 3.
All right.
Game 3 hype. Let's go.
Game 3 scores 1-1. How are we going to play about this? Okay, so we get Melmetal into Lando lead. Okay, so this is really bad for Oscar.
Another good lead here for Heater.
Yep.
But you do see he did bring the Kyogre, so making that adjustment uses
and
the Latios to draw out the Dialga again. Very smart.
Yeah, that's not bad. It's just a matter are they bringing the Virizion though? Is the Virizion coming out to play?
I
I feel like
think
it kind of has to.
it might, but I think Oscar might have just tried to call the same line as last time. If it's same Dialga, Landorus, Jirachi core, then the Kyogre is free at the back. That's gonna be the deciding factor. Is it Virizion in the back or is it Jirachi?
Yup, exactly.
We'll just have to wait and see. But Oscar's hoping it's Jirachi for sure.
So we're stalling up the switch timer a little bit. Good call.
And that Latios got a shield, which is phenomenal.
So being up shields is absolutely huge here because, like, being able to get the extra farm on Kyogre, like, if it is something that, oh, we get Thunder on Dialga, that's kind of interesting.
Yeah.
That's kind of spicy.
I would probably throw soon. You don't want to take it Thunder. Like, you don't want to take that.
No, that's not great at all.
Yeah, just gonna let it go at this point. I think you gotta just trust that you could put it all on. Oh, Ironhead. Never mind.
Yeah, because I was about to be like, that shouldn't be enough for a Thunder.
It was very close. Obviously, only 10 energy to the two of them, but yeah, you're right. Very good call there by Oscar.
We get the superpower. We get the switch.
Get out.
Lando into.
And it's looking like it might be Jirachi.
Yeah, because they're like, if I were Heater there, I would just immediately switch into the.
You switch right away for sure.
Yeah. So he's putting the shield in, and there we go. There's the Jirachi. That's the call.
And really good team comp idea by Oscar to draw out that Dialga and just hope that the Jirachi was in the back and get rewarded for it when it was.
That was an excellent play. That was an excellent team comp.
All right, now let's see what the second move is on Jirachi, because I don't think they're gonna Doom Desire here. We're probably gonna see...
I mean, it's probably gonna be Psychic.
Psychic, I'd assume. Oh, we do see the Doom Desire. I guess he's trying to get off too, which makes sense.
Yeah, I guess so.
This will be another Doom.
Actually, no, I think it'd be I think Dazzling Blade would work nicely here.
Yeah, it would. But I don't think he has the energy for it.
Yeah, no, he doesn't have energy at all. Or for just for the second move in general. So, okay.
This is not over yet. If the Lando could somehow get to a superpower before the next Surf, he'd have to be only.
But that's really unlikely.
I don't think he is.
I don't think it's possible.
Yeah.
And there we go.
Yeah.
Rest in
peace,
Lando.
One more turn away from the second superpower. So really well done there by Oscar.
All right. Now the other question is: are we going to be able to? Is Heater going to be able to tie this up? Is Heater going to be able to genuinely? Like, is he going to be able to adjust to the strategy of Oscar, or will he give Oscar the win?
That's a very good question. And like we noted earlier, it's a big difference between 3-1 and 2-2. A huge difference. So Heater really wants this win to tie it up and get him a point. A all too precious point here. So I think he has to respect the Kyogre more than
he does.
He
needs to have either
respect it at least.
Yeah, I would put I'd bring Virizion for sure the next game to be just to be able to have that pressure against Kyogre, especially being able to with Virizion being able to deal with the Kyogre Melmetal core. I feel like that's a huge game changer. Because it's absolutely huge for Heater. If he just needs to understand the importance of it, if he hasn't already.
The thing is, I think you need Virizion for the Kyogre, like you said. I think you also need the Dialga though for the Latios. I think a similar team you just ran, like the Landorus, Virizion, Dialga, and then Virizion instead of Jirachi might be a play here.
I think that is a play, but at the same time, I feel like Oscar is going to realize that he's likely going to be bringing Virizion, so
might
will
himself.
He counterplay? Will he have a Sylveon in the back? Will he have the Avalugg? Will he have something that can handle Virizion?
Yeah, very good question, and I'm looking forward to seeing which one they go with here.
Same.
All right, let's get into our final game 4. Let's see if Heater can tie it up at 2-2 and get a point, or if Oscar can bring home a dominant 3-1.
We had the Virizion out right away, and what's that in the back? I see it's in Melmetal and a Latios in the back. So this is kind of where we want to see it.
Yeah.
So no Kyogre, that's fine, but Melmetal has a little more free right now, it seems.
And these Leaf Blades, it's such a strong move. They're gonna really hurt. Even from a bulky Pokemon that doesn't really have much in terms of attack, these Leaf Blades are going to chunk.
Yeah, Leaf Blade is still such a good move.
It's ridiculously good.
70 power for 35 energy is just insane.
It's bonkers, yeah. It's ridiculous. we see 2 shields come up. So definitely Oscar wants to get this out of here. I think he
And
just
he
really
needs to
wants
keep-
alignment because
Yeah, I think he really needs, like, that's his big thing right now.
he knows the Dialga's probably in the back and would really prefer not getting that on the Latios.
For sure, and he's at 2 moves. The Virizion sneaks in move, but that's not going to be enough to kill the Machamp.
Yeah, the Virizion will have to shield at least one of these to have a shot at winning Switch, and it doesn't really want to worry about it.
What comes in? What are we coming in? The Dialga comes in.
Now that is huge because now this Melmetal gets on the Dialga, and
Yep.
it'll be able to really open up Latios for whatever's in the back.
For sure. So how's he going to play about this?
I think probably Thunder and Dip, but it's really
Yeah,
tricky.
I think.
With shields down, you need to get a move off. He's probably going to wait and Thunder now after the first superpower would be my guess.
I agree. That sounds like the logical play to me. But
yeah.
So we do get the move. It's likely going to be the Thunder.
It won't KO, but it will do quite a bit more after the debuff, which is why you play it this way. So you get them almost into the red. And then we
get the
see a
Jirachi.
switch. Interesting.
This will confirm, do we have Dazzling Gleam on the Jirachi or not? Because the shields are down. I don't think that was enough for Dazzling.
The thing is, Latios can't really do anything to this Jirachi.
No, it really can't, but it's
probably going to annoy it with Dragon Claws for a while.
Because, you do kind of have to switch here. Like, Oscar kind of did have to switch no matter what, because he wanted the debuffs gone from Melmetal at least, so that's not bad.
The thing is, I think the Melmetal can just finish this off, unless the Jirachi farms all the way down, which he didn't do.
Unless he goes for the undercharge, which
that's
unlikely, but
I think they just need to. Actually, his superpower probably doesn't KO it from here, so he goes for the Thunderbolt. But he might be in range to get Dragon Breath down. Oh! This thing has 1 HP left. It'll come down to, is 1 Thunder Shock enough to kill that Jirachi in the back? If it is,
let's see
over.
it.
Oh, he had a move!
move!
That was phenomenal. I'm pretty confident that Jirachi would have survived the Thunder Shock anyway, but phenomenal energy usage there. He switched out mid-confusion to not take the damage and get the energy, came back in with a move. Incredibly well played.
That was an incredible game on both ends. Because
absolutely.
Because for people that have stuck around for if this isn't their first draft, this edition of the PoGoRaids draft tournaments, Oscar has an incredible team. If we just initially look at it, like it has Kyogre's first pick, and then a bunch of dragon counters for the rest, which is
very well balanced, which is why he's been doing so well week in and week out.
And for Heater to be able to tie that up is absolutely huge. Like being able to Heater also has a really good team against the Kyogre core, like being able to have the hardest Kyogre counter, and then we also have the Virizion too. Like he has some genuinely good Kyogre counters and pretty awesome.
Absolutely, and it's just the energy management there was phenomenal. So well done. 2-2 tie to start our day. Very well played by both battlers, and now we have Cabana versus Heartbroken Kid.
Alrighty.
So
Alright,
so
my initial thoughts on this are, obviously, Zacian, it has play. Anyone who's played Master League knows that Zacian is, stupid good.
What?
Because it's
good?
I had no idea. It's
crazy.
A fairy type with the ability to hit steals. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
But it's ridiculously OP. But for the moveset on Zacian, I think it's going to be close combat play rough, because you have the ability to switch it on everything and hit everything extremely hard. You can switch in easily to everything besides Metagross easily, and even then, Metagross doesn't really like taking multiple charge moves. So pretty cool. Zacian absolutely has play here. Zarude has a little bit of play.
We've seen Heartbroken Kid love a double dragon strat with Dragon Tail and that Groudon. No saying what he'll use on it today, but it's definitely an option in the back of his mind.
Yeah, for sure. that could be huge. And if it's running Dragon Tail, that's a huge asset to Cabana being able to let the Zacian have even more play than usual.
Or the Heatran also would love to see Dragon Tail.
Mm-hmm. And like looking at some of the other things, I mean, like adding on to Heatran, like unless it's Dragon Tail on the Groudon or Metagross has a lot of play. I really don't think Heatran has too much play, unfortunately.
Yeah, it definitely is a polarizing Pokemon because it has a ton of hard counters. Against both of the dragons, it looks decent, but obviously the Empoleon is a big issue for it.
Yeah.
Mudshot Groudon would be GG's. So it really depends. I think you'll see more of the Heatran if he sees Dragon Tail on the Groudon first.
Yep, and then like two of the other interesting ones I could see having some really fun play with is Milotic and Haxorus because the fast move pressure on both. Being able to have either Waterfall or Dragon Tail on Milotic is huge because you flip some of the certain matchups. Like you're able to like have Waterfall for Metagross and Groudon or Dragon Tail for Zekrom, Walrein combo. And then
Haxorus is so good, dude. It's just
Haxorus. Like looking at Haxorus here, like if it's a switch in, it's got the counter, it has the Night Slash, it has the Dragon Claw. It's able to pressure everything.
It obviously doesn't love the Walrein, but the counters hit it back just as hard.
The counters hit hard, and if it expects shields, it can go for the Night Slash and get the boosts if it gets blocked.
Exactly. I definitely think Cabana's going to rely heavily on that Haxorus. It's almost uncountered.
I do too. Like I think the Hax and Zacian are going to be really good here, and then maybe something like Milotic or Heatran to deal with Metagross for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. And another note, like Stefan said, Heartbroken Kid is probably going to need a win here to stay in the race for number 2. So it's a lot on the line in this battle, and that always makes for some really exciting gameplay.
Like I'm expecting these battlers to battle at their absolute best, knowing what's on the line.
Absolutely, couldn't agree more. All right, want to get into it? See how these battlers play this matchup?
Amazing. Let's do this.
All right, give me your best guess as to the lead we see here.
I'm expecting Milotic lead and Milotic and the Zekrom.
All right, let's see.
Oh, Zacian, Metagross. Okay, yeah, that's not.
Metagross.
That's not what I was expecting, but you know.
Very good for Heartbroken Kid here.
Yes, this is amazing for Heartbroken. So.
And we do see that double dragon line in the back, like I mentioned.
Yup. Steel double dragon.
The double dragon team comp tells me almost certainly the Groudon has Dragon Tail, just based on the team comp he brought. Dark Pulse obviously going to hit kind of hard, but the Vine Whips being resisted are huge here.
Yeah, and Outrage on Zekrom. That's kind of interesting.
I think you probably need to shield this.
Yeah, you need to shield this.
Yeah. This isn't phenomenal for
Zekrom it's not phenomenal, but
with Outrage because you don't really have anything to really hit. I mean, you wouldn't with Crunch either, I guess, but you don't have a ton to hit with.
And it's faster too, so...
Do we see a shield come back on? We don't.
Nope, we just let that go down, and Zacian comes out, and it's gonna get some serious damage off with the wild charges, no matter what, though, because unless he wants to shield here, but it's like
this will be tough to farm down. I think the play is probably going to try to beat the full farm down, but it'll just be tough.
Yeah, you need the full farm down here, but yeah, it's not pretty.
I don't know if you get there.
No, actually, I think you are able.
Yeah, no, you are. It's a little bit lower than I thought.
But that's still really, really iffy for Cabana here.
Yeah, and the thing is, we saw the Zacian lead, we saw the Zarut, so I wonder what in the back that will deal with the Groudon. Maybe Haxorus?
We get the close combat, and so we catch. That was really nice.
Groudon's so tanky, you love catching things on Groudon, it doesn't do nearly as much damage.
And we do have the hack.
You see that Haxorus, yeah.
But that's
it is Mudshot. It is Mudshot. I was wrong. Really interesting there.
I was expecting Double Dragon too. So
Mudshot is not what you want in this matchup.
Nope. Unless you can
really get way better
really lucky on the bait, or unless he just somehow doesn't shield. That's not great.
I don't know about this bait, but we will see. If the shield comes up, it was a huge bait. Oh, there you go.
Yep, that's a bait. Well, we love to see that.
Is a
That's
good bait.
very nice. But that isn't very nice,
Shield
dying
does
with
not
a lot
get
of
there.
energy. That's really not nice, unfortunately.
Now, will he also get to win that? I don't think he will because he's pretty dry.
Yeah,
No, he does. No, he does.
this isn't
And
great.
the Metagross needed a little bit more energy. That is going to be GG's. We saw the
Mhm.
Haxorus just do what we said Haxorus would do. It's very strong in this matchup.
Yep, it's a great swap. It did its job. It came in. It took shields. It did what it needed to do. So how do we feel about this next game? Like, how do we feel? Like, how will Heartbroken adapt to Cabana's team and Cabana's strategies?
He's got to bring his best Haxorus counter because he just
Mhm.
saw how bad his team was against that. My
Yeah, so
initial is the Walrein. Hope to get up energy.
Walrein or Como could be neat.
Yeah, Como's another
Like,
good option.
Como genuinely looks really fun here. Now that we know it's not Dragon Tail Haxorus. I mean, I don't know about the Milotic just yet, but being able to have the Milotic or having the not being able to take the super effective stab Dragon Tails from Haxorus is really nice for Como.
Yep, that's a very good point. Very, very good point. I think one of those two needs to come, either the Como or the.
I agree.
Yeah, or the Walrein.
Yeah,
So let's see
Walrein
what he
still
goes
feels
with.
really iffy, but I think because everything besides the Zarude and what's it called, it has play against everything. It doesn't really have to play much against besides the Zarude and the Hacks, but those two are our opponent Mon, so it could have play.
All right, let's get into it.
Mm-hmm.
Game 2. Heartbroken Kid desperately trying to beat that Haxorus, and
Yep, we got Zekrom into Zarude lead, so this isn't great
same match
for
we saw earlier,
Cabana.
although neither one of them are locked in this time. And I wonder if that'll change how they play it. You see there, the Como is here. The Como is here, so
We're going straight for the outrage.
I don't think they get shielded, so I think it's a good call.
Yeah, I agree.
Oh,
well,
it
we
does
do
get
get the shield.
shielded.
Interesting.
Just let this go.
Yep. So we get the Dark Pulse off.
I don't think they shield this at all, to be honest.
No, I don't think they do.
Totally let it go.
You let it go and you get farm down.
Yep.
You get farm down
Good
with
call.
Como.
Yep, very good call. I like that quite a bit. And
I do too.
Como's going to enjoy this matchup here.
And like that moveset on Como is so nice. Being able to have the close combat, the Dragon Claw, and that typing, like it just
and absolutely no shield pressure from a dark grass Pokemon. You can just let both moves go. Yeah.
Just let them all go. You come out with a ton of energy. Like,
yeah, you can comfortably.
This is looking great. Now we just got to hope for no Zacian, because Zacian's probably going to be coming anyways.
Even Zacian, Metagross up a shield is really nice. Against everything in the back, pretty much. So I think the Metagross is going to come out here. Yep.
And there it is. There's a Hax.
The Haxorus would need to get to 3 Night Slashes before the Metagross gets to 2 Meteor Mashes, and I do not believe it will. It'll be close.
Same. Or will it get the boosts on any of these Night Slashes? Is the other
Might
question.
need to sneak in a counter to outpace.
Yeah.
That might help. It'll be so close.
It will. It's going to be an exciting game for sure. So we get the shield, which expected.
Oh, very nice free bullet punch there. I think he'll get to the second Meteor Mash 1 turn before the third.
Yep. And there we go.
That was huge.
Mm-hmm.
This game's still not over because the Zacian will be able to outpace the Metagross. It all comes down to whether the
will he catch on it?
Yep. Does he?
Oh, there we go. That's the catch.
Massive catch. He knew the win con, just had to execute, and really well done there.
That was beautiful. And there we go. That's a win for Heartbroken. That is nice. That was beautiful. that was exactly what he needed to do to win the battle, and he did it.
Did it really well too. All right. So we saw the right adjustments made. We both mentioned Como came. And it paid dividends. That said, the Haxorus Zacian core is so good here that even after making the right team comp call, he still needed a brilliant catch to win the game here. If I'm Cabana, I'm not discouraged. I'm like, my team just hope that they don't catch next time or try and call it, and I think you right.
Yeah, exactly. You know? Like, I think alignment is absolutely huge here as usual. Like, it's basically play with your core, get the switch, get lead, get switch, and you really don't need to worry.
Yep. I agree. And just, lean on that Haxorus. Like, you've shown that it's good against almost everything. Just give it shields and let it run. All right. So game 3, they're tied 1-1. Both have been so far. Let's see who can adjust to the adjustments made in game 2 and come out with a better team comp here in game 3.
Let's see this. This is going to be exciting. Who's going to come out on top? We get Zekrom into Zacian, so that's not great for Heartbroken here.
Not great at all, especially knowing that Zacian has play rough.
Like if it was just the good old wild, like the lead wild charge close combat, that'd be fine, but it's not. So
play rough is.
We get they don't shield, and they're locked in, and they have to shield that.
Yeah, I was just at one shot. Yeah, perfect. Good switch out, and we'll probably see the
we got the hacks, which is fine.
But like, what's gonna beat this Haxorus?
Yeah,
that's my thing.
You kind of have to, I guess, get energy on, or. If the Metagross is able to get it low enough, because they have shields. Because I was thinking, like, if they could, because it's not the unless the Haxorus gets boost, you could always just go in with your low health Zekrom, at least just get a little bit, or wait, it's not low health.
I think the Haxorus can farm down here.
Yeah, that's scary.
That is a massive, because Haxorus energy is not good. It's too good, is my thing.
It's
not good for the.
It's terrifying.
You've got to shield this because he has double Dragon Claw. At least one of them you got to shield. So not the first one.
Not shielding right away is. Okay, well this is fine because you still get energy if you if they stay in here.
Yeah. Which they probably do. Oh, they don't.
Ooh. But that was a nice catch though.
Again. Can you farm all the way down here? I think you can. After this debuff from the close combat. And
you absolutely can farm.
Round will be huge.
Because you're left with a ton of energy in your...
Yeah.
Like, even though you don't have a shield.
That is actually
even though they still have shields. Like, that's still, like, you're still able to get off potentially 2 fire punches on this Haxorus, which is absolutely humongous, I feel like.
Yep.
So they let that go.
Let it go. And
then there's a root in the back.
Interesting.
But this isn't good for Heartbroken here.
It's not, especially if the Zarude is smart and farms up to 2. Because that doesn't have a move in the back. So if you farm up to 2 power-ups here, there's not a whole lot that Heartbroken Kid can do.
Yeah. It's a losing matchup for Heartbroken here.
Yeah, it tries to switch out, but this will be GG's. Well played. Very well played there. We just see the Haxorus being incredibly strong. Over and over again, it's just pretty clear how good that Hax is against.
Haxorus that safe is just so good.
Yeah.
It like goes through absolutely everything without a care. Without
a problem. No issue whatsoever.
It gets shields or it gets switched. Like that's just such a good mon. Like in the draft tournament that I was in, I used Haxorus and it put in work.
Yeah. And do you think the Como has to come back?
I think the Como absolutely has to come back here because that's the one genuine answer to the Haxorus.
The thing is, though, dude, it's so bad
Yeah.
against Zacian.
Yeah,
That
that's
you
just
kind of need to
it's
bring it for
such
the Haxorus, but like it's so bad against Zacian.
it's so bad, and you have to bring Metagross too. Like
Yeah.
it had like if you're bringing Como, it doesn't work if you don't bring Zacian along.
Yeah.
Or not, I mean Metagross, because you need to have that Zacian counter. You need just to be able to actually have the counter. Like it's such a omnipotent mon that you need to be able to counter it.
For sure.
And without Metagross, if he's running like Zekrom or the Double Dragon, it just completely messes it up.
Yeah.
So
I think it's pretty clear that Cabana has the team comp advantage here. But listen, Heartbroken Kid played brilliantly and stole a game in game 2.
Exactly.
So absolutely could do it again in game 3. He might want to switch the Zekrom, like someone mentioned.
Yeah,
in chat,
I think that's the play.
Get a little bit of extra energy going into whatever matchup it's going to end up in. But I wouldn't be shocked if we just saw like the Como with the Zekrom and like a Metagross kind of a thing. But either way, let's get into it and see what happens.
Yep. All right, so Command and Heartbroken. How are we gonna play? Like, okay, so we got the Zekrom lead again into the Zacian. This is still really bad for Heartbroken.
Still not good. We do see the Como there. So listen here. He can probably just stay in this lead, lose it, and give all of his shields to that Como in the back.
That's what I'm thinking. That's personally what I would do here.
I like that quite a bit, actually. I wouldn't shield this because, okay, you can't shield once. But I honestly
you could shield once, but I'd rather shave shields for Como if I were playing this. But
all right, so
we don't get the sneak, which is really nice for Heartbroken.
The thing is, you get outpaced to the second play rough, and you're in a position of being down switch to a very healthy Pokemon.
And you get to get the catch. Okay.
Very nice catch, especially if this is a play rough. Although I do worry about having that Como in the back against what is now going to be a saved Zacian.
Like, how is he? Like, there really isn't much play here.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Catching that move was nice, but I'm not sure that's where.
Yeah,
you don't want the Zacian to still be there. Is my thing.
Like, it was stylish, but it's like, will style save you in the end?
The Como is gonna get some nice farm here, which is nice.
It's nice, but it's also like.
Never mind.
Okay, that works too.
Yeah.
But that. Not
and
great.
This Haxorus is just it's doing too much work. It's doing so much work.
Yeah.
And really, Cabana's playing it really well, timing that perfectly.
So he's just undercharging.
Yeah,
that's fine.
He's undercharging because he didn't want to throw there, and so he's trying to make sure he gets a little bit of farm afterwards.
So he gets a little bit of energy, which is fine. And then we get the Zacian again, which is still this is just game. This is game, unfortunately.
Yeah. The Zacian Haxorus core was a little bit too good. I think Heartbroken Kid needed to stay in that lead, take his L, and then hope he could win it in the back.
That's what I would have done. Like, obviously, I don't know if it would have worked perfectly, but it's like that would have been ideally what.
Because like Como can't do anything to this issue.
Nope. It's just gonna take this on to take the player off and die.
Yeah.
That's all it can do.
Absolutely. Really well played there by Cabana. Just that core, he identified early how good it was. The Zacian Haxorus core, and just played it really well.
Yeah, exactly.
There wasn't a ton that HBK could do to come back from that.
Like it's a core that just works, and there really isn't anything they could have done. I feel with that core, and unfortunately, there are certain cores that just are like that.
Absolutely. And what is up, Shadow Brady in chat, one of the better Master League battlers in the world. How you doing, Brady?
Hello, Brady.
Hopefully you're having a good Saturday and enjoying some of these battles with us. Today, we just saw Cabana hand a 3-1 L2 Heartbroken Kid. Very well played battles for both trainers. And now we're going into Stefan versus Kelsey in our third match.
This is a matchup that looks really exciting. I mean, I have my thoughts about this matchup. It looks like, so initially, the big thing I see with Kelsey's team is Primarina.
Yeah.
Primarina 2 shields through everything.
Yeah.
Like maybe
it's
not
very good here. It's very
but
good
it's still, but the charm still hurt. Like nothing on Stefan's team likes to see the Primarina whatsoever.
Absolutely. And we note in battles where there's no huge charm counter, the charmers couldn't work.
Yep.
So obviously, other than the extra drill is going to need to come from Stefan almost every time.
Yeah, exactly.
Um,
It needs to come, and then Giratina Primarina looks like a really good core here.
Yep, 100%. And also Excadrill. Sorry, not Excadrill. Escavalier looks reasonably solid.
Yeah.
Obviously, it's not gonna do great against the Tina Origin, but against that Excadrill, those counters.
That's
are going
that's
to do
definitely
a
gonna
lot
be
of
its
work.
purpose. Like you put in a shield, you farm, and then you have a ton of energy to deal with most of, or at least chunk most things. And looking at Stefan's side, I definitely think that Florges also looks like a really interesting pick.
Yeah, I like it a lot.
Because it's able to have the fast move pressure on or at least a little bit of fast move pressure along with the spammy charge moves on Primarina, and then it's also able to deal with the what's it called, the Giratina. And speaking of Giratina, we got the double Giratina battles.
Tina versus Tina is always interesting, especially because we don't know what movesets they have.
Yep.
Both have varied movesets that we talked about earlier in the stream. In draft formats, there's a lot of play for almost any moveset on both of them. And that'll be a big difference maker in this match.
Yeah, so initially looking at this, I feel like the Giratina Origin does kind of want to run Dragon Pulse for the Snorlax, because I mean, even though I don't think Snorlax has a ton of play, yeah, because even if Snorlax doesn't have all the play in the world, it still lives rent free in Stefan's mind that it just farms to 100 energy and wins.
Absolutely. Couldn't agree more. I think you can go either way. I've seen both in draft formats be successful, either like the Shadow Claw with Dragon Pulse or Dragon Tail with double Ghost.
Yeah, it just needs some Dragon move in order to actually do well.
Something to hit that Snorlax, for sure. All
right.
Initially,
let's get into these.
Yep, see how it goes.
See this.
Also, we have both of these battlers in chat right here, so hopefully you guys enjoy this. And we see you guys talking some shit as the game goes on.
Always fun. All right, we get Snorlax and the Gyarados. This is fun. And I think that the Snorlax. Oh wait, they're both best buddies. We get the damage. We get the
And this matchup is just tedious because
it's long.
Slow. Both Pokemon have no problem tanking these charge moves. It's pretty low damage charge moves on both sides. So it's pretty easy to just chunk your way through.
Initially looking at the charge moves of the Snorlax, being that Swiss Army Knife, I just noticed that it had Earthquake, so it actually is able to deal with Giratina besides just the slow, tedious body slams. So that's kind of nice.
And that's probably why it's there, to be honest.
I agree. That is absolutely why it's here.
And if you know these battles at all, like they're gonna CMP to all the moves. The exact same energy to get to both moves. So the Gyarados will win CMP. But
so it's about just creating the different timing for the Snorlax, I guess.
Yeah.
Which there we go.
There you go. Okay. Gyarados decided to just let the Snorlax get that body slam off, and
so you're losing lead, and what comes in?
Down with
we get Florges, and we do get the farm.
We do get the full farm down. That's a really significant farm down.
Yeah, it is able to get that to get the body slam, but even then, Florges is bulky.
I think the energy is going to be much more valuable than just that one body slam, you know.
I agree. So how does he go about this? Is he going to just?
I think just do a lot of charming.
Yep.
Yeah.
We get the snake.
Play. It's going to have a lot of these moves, though. It's going to just spam them, I'm pretty sure.
The disarming voice, so no Moonblast, just Look at the extra drill. And then we get the Giratina.
Really good alignment here. This is exactly what Kelsey wants her Giratina to be on. You can, Shadow Sneak here. I think you can honestly go straight Dragon Claw. Either way, this is a really good matchup for the Tina to be. Earthquake. Interesting.
That's a move.
I've got to be honest with you, man. I don't know how that changes this matchup. I rarely see.
I have never seen anything besides the default on Excadrill. Like I've maybe seen Ironhead once, but that just means that I guess you need the shield with Giratina.
Yeah, I would. Wow.
Okay. And looking at what Oldberg says, Earthquake does make sense. No flyers on Kelsey's team. Yeah, that is a valid point though.
Makes a lot of sense.
But Interesting.
Just surprised me a little bit, but
I was
very
surprised too.
good call there by Stefan, and it was
Mhm.
it worked, you know.
Yeah, that was a great call.
Good call
And
letting this go as well though, because your charmer up a shield is gonna be huge, and that's an
and they
amazing
got a catch.
That is an amazing catch. I think what you have to do here is just farm all the way down and hope it doesn't get to doesn't have a move in the back, which it probably shouldn't.
Yeah, it shouldn't be out of move because it just threw the drill run in depth basically.
Yeah, but it gets to its move so quickly.
It does.
A
It's
race
such
here.
a menace. It is so good in factions.
Yeah,
It's
it
just
might get to a move
tedious.
here. It'll be close.
It does.
Oh my god.
Wow.
What a play there.
That was kind of crazy.
That was a masterful extra drill play there. I think it just needs to tank the one. Oh
Get
my
the
god!
tie? Well,
Crazy. I did not think the Tina would tank 3 mud shots and force the
Same.
tie there. That was a
it's bulky.
ridiculous game.
It is so bulky.
Tina just put in work there, my dude. Tina
did.
put in an absolute ton of work. Really, really well played.
Tina Altered is such a good mon in drafts.
Yeah.
It's
And
like,
you know what? I think Stefan will take that tie. It was looking pretty bad there for a while for him, but that was really well played, and just the bulkiness of that Altered Tina definitely helped save Kelsey at the end.
Yup. It was huge. Like just the bulk on Giratina makes it so good, and just Kelsey has a really bulky team with Lax, with having the Lax, the Suicune, and the Giratina. It just makes it such an absolute menace being able to deal with.
For sure.
Like even if you don't win, like have alignment, you're able to at least just get bulk and play around with your energy.
Yep. And yeah, we saw it there. Really well done.
And
So-
from Mana Shoes Rex, is this MLC? Yes, this is Master League Classic.
All right, so now let's get into game 2. We saw a pretty brilliant tie there in game 1. Can't get any closer, but let's see what these battlers end up doing in the second game.
All right, we get Snorlax into Florges, so this is relatively neutral lead.
Yep. Relatively neutral, and we're going to see the Snorlax is just so bulky here
It is.
that I really like. I don't think it's in much of a need to get out at any point. I think it's gonna chill, hang out.
Like it's just gonna even if it loses lead here, it's able to get Kelsey's other mons into a really safe position. I feel like.
Yep, I agree 100%.
So.
But
Right.
the body slams are like healing this thing.
Yup.
Just a lot of bulk on both sides here. And I wonder how much that Florges is going to farm before throwing its third move. It doesn't need to throw any tanks, to be honest. It can tank licks for another little bit. Yep.
There we go.
Farm quite a bit.
Good timing.
Right before the
Great
Lax got
timing.
to do. Yep.
And
Oh,
we get the
shields.
shield. So Lax is just taking switch. It's taking lead.
And it's probably
want
farm
that.
down, to be honest. Not going to. Oh!
Oh,
Put
CMP.
it-
Oh.
That is rough. That is so rough.
Yeah, that's not great. This is a terrible spot for Ether because
And yeah, it has to throw there.
Kelsey's saying she's good at CMPing when I shouldn't. It's okay.
Don't worry, so am I.
admit
I think
it
we've all
isn't.
done that. Yeah.
I get into that all the time, and it makes me feel like absolute junk. So no worries. Okay, Excadrill. Okay, so now we know this thing is Earthquake. This is Earthquake. The Earthquake drill is kind of funky.
Yeah. Did we see Earthquake yet? Because if not, I don't think Stefan knew that. I think it might have been helpful to just throw the body slam and try and bait a superpower.
Yep.
I think it would have gotten a shield.
Mhm.
But either way, this Earthquake Excadrill is going to put in work here. Couple shields.
Agreed.
At the very least, though, you don't have it on your Charmer in the back, so
Mhm.
that's a little bit of a benefit.
So if depending on what's in the back, like since we already saw the Florges, we already saw the Excadrill, the two things that are kind of the quote unquote charm counters are gone.
Yeah.
Like Giratina doesn't want any of this charm. The Heracross absolutely does not want it.
The
And then
Gyarados, which would
Gyarados
be
just
what we
gets
saw earlier,
walled.
doesn't hurt either. Yeah.
There's the Gyarados. You just need to switch and profit. Like, there's
this
nothing
Gyarados can't
Stefan
do
can do here.
anything.
Like, unless it's the purified Gyarados with return, like, you're not doing anything to this thing.
No. You're healing it. But they did get the defense drop, which is actually pretty big.
It's big, but how will it affect things in the grand scheme?
Charm.
Like, now because they got the free charm, that's
Yeah, the only
really,
play would have
really
been if you got to 2 Aqua Tails after the debuff, but I don't think you do after that sneak.
nope.
Yeah, nope.
And then you can just charge move the Excadrill, and if the charge team moves you first, which is fine because you have energy on your Giratina. So
that was a really good call there. Not a great start for Kelsey, but came back really well at the end. Unless that Excadrill can survive this and get to a drill run, which I do not believe it can.
Yeah, it shouldn't. Excadrill is made of glass, although
it does survive, but I think it's only 2. Yeah, I don't think it's there. Yeah.
Yep.
It was close. It was close to the next move, but really well played.
All right, so looking at this, so how is Stefan gonna adapt to his playstyle? Is he? I feel like you need to have double charm counters in the back.
I agree.
Like you need your anti-charm at the ready because it's just going to the Primarina in the back, as we saw there, was just devious.
I think if Stefan was in a phenomenal spot there, just the Gyarados is too much of a liability. How bad it is against the Prima. I think you either need to be aggressively confident that you'll match it up on something else, or just not bring it.
I agree. That's
either lead the Gyarados and just hope you don't see the charm lead, or bring something else. I do think the Excadrill Flora combo that he's brought in games 1 and 2 will be important here, but I think it's going to need to just fix that 3rd spot because Gyarados is just not helping you here.
Yeah, and I think it's absolutely insane now that we have a mod that just straight up hard walls Gyarados.
Yeah, better than almost anything else does. The the water, the fairy combination is just huge against.
It's
what Gyarados
huge,
has.
and I mean for my people that play Master League factions, like Gyarados is everywhere. There's no avoiding Gyarados, especially the Gyarados Excadrill core, and having something that walls absolutely hard walls Gyarados now is huge.
Yep.
I'm so happy that we finally have one, and let's get into these next battles.
Let's do it.
Bulu 2, yes. I mean, that is true. Bulu does hard wall.
All right.
We get the Gyarados into the Giratina, so we get something that isn't the Primarina aligned on, but no Primarina this game?
Ooh.
That's kind of interesting.
That is very interesting. So I guess the Gyarados was safer than we thought. All right. So
that was a good call.
Yeah.
On Stefan's part. So Stefan, I don't know.
Yeah, Prima's really fun to see. I'm really glad someone brought it too.
Yeah, Primarina is such a fun mod. I've used it before and I love it.
Yeah, 100%.
And we get the debuff on the crunch.
Do you switch out here and just try and
I would switch.
I'd probably switch too. Yeah.
And just Snorlax
is so safe. Might as well, you know.
Because Heracross is just not going to come. Heracross is too much of a liability, so
yeah.
You could safely just farm down. Be perfectly fine. So maybe a dragon could be really interesting here, yes.
I think you just give your shields to the back, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think there's any reason to shield here.
And I'm curious, what's the fast move going to be on this Russia ramp? Is it going to be Fire Fang or is it going to be Dragon Breath? I mean, I could see either or, but
I think it's got to be Dragon Breath just based on this.
Yeah, because Dragon Breath is such a good move.
Yeah. Again, you're worried about the Excadrill though. If you're, it's definitely back there, right?
Oh yeah, without a doubt.
So maybe with that in mind, maybe it will be Fire Fang just because you need that drill.
Because it's an interesting mod to deal with this Florges Excadrill core. Because I mean, yeah, it doesn't love taking the Moonblast or Disarming Voice because it's Dragon type as well as the Fire, but and he's stalling on switch timer, so going back into the Giratina. So this
Interesting.
likely going to be, yeah, I think this kind of reveals that it's going, if for at least to the audience so far, that it's going to be Dragon Breath, because if it was Fire Fang, he could have just came in. But
I think you needed to save that. It is
Okay, well,
Fire
it is
Fang.
Fire
Oh, never
Fang,
mind.
okay.
Okay, that makes a lot more sense
Well,
now. Yeah.
Yep. That's fine.
Oh, that's fine. Yeah.
That is just you get the farm and you just they get the sneak.
And the sneak. GG's.
Yep.
That was really well done. It makes sense though, because you need an extra drill counter, you know?
That's exactly what I was thinking, because it's like, even then, like, everything that you want to cover with Dragon Pulse, you already cover hard. Or that you want to cover with Dragon Breath, I mean. Like, you hit everything still extremely hard, and Kelsey is able to come out of game 2 or game 3 with a win.
Absolutely. And did you notice there what the third move, what the charge moves were? Because they went with Fire Fang, so they did not go with Overheat, instead went with Stone Edge.
Yep, I noticed that too. That's interesting. Like, that's an interesting call.
Very interesting there.
Mm-hmm.
Looking at the teams, I'd imagine the Stone Edge is there for the Gyarados.
Yeah, it's either there for the Florges and the Gyarados, I feel like. Because, yes, you have the Gyarados, super effective, but also with the Florges, besides the Overheat, that's the only other charge move that you can use to hit it.
Although, I mean, you can a lot of damage straight Fire Fang, but yeah, I agree.
I think you could crunch it, but for the debuff, and I mean, if you really just want to absolutely meme for whatever reason, Draco, I guess, but why would a person with brain cells do that? So,
I do think it was a good play. I think that moveset was very, very reliable there, and it worked out. So,
I agree. So how is Stefan going to avoid getting 0.0 3.5?
I love that math you did there in real time. I think he just needs to get alignment. He's got to bring the extra drill in the Florgeist again. I think he just need to. I think Swampert, maybe? I don't know. I'm trying to think of
Swampert could be funky. I kind of like Swampert here.
The Prima is still so good against it.
It is, but at the same time, if Swampert has up shields, it could be fun.
As is always the case with Swampert, you know. Swampert up shields.
Yes, it's so spammy. Yeah, it is it's such a monster in every format, just because it's able to dish out so much damage so quickly, and just in Match League it's obviously not as great because there's a lot more water resists that are meta, but still, and it's the lower stat product, but it's still strong. It's still able to put in work.
Yeah,
because of said spam.
Yeah, and Sludge Wave Swamp actually would have play, like you mentioned. Just because of that super effective damage. But anyway, let us get into game or see if Stefan can get in here and get a win here to close this out. All right. Oh,
Gyarados into Primarina. Ouch! This is not great. This is not looking great at all.
Yeah, this is
Florges into Snorlax now, so they got a little bit of extra energy on the Florges into this matchup, so it's not like amazing, but it's like, okay, you know what, that's fine.
Yeah, and Snorlax can shield as much
as exactly. As long as we get the Moonblast, we don't get the debuff.
Interesting play there. Was that the first time we saw the Moonblast?
Yes, that was the first time we saw the Moonblast, I was saying.
Yeah. And the Snorlax is in control here because it can just shield if it needs to. I think you've got a shield here.
You do have the shield here.
Or you don't. Never mind. Now you get it's in farm range on the other side. If the Florgeist wants the shield to force switch, it does not either. Okay. So no one was all that interested in forcing switch there.
And it's basically just going to be the lovely game that we all know and love called RPS, I think, from here.
I think Stefan's play there was the shield and try and force switch. I know
I think that was
Excadrill in the back, like we know he does. Energy is important and shields, but
we do get the Earthquake off. Are they going to shield it? I mean, they kind of have to.
You have to.
You have to. You have to respect it, and you do. Cool.
I think at this point, you just give all of your shields to that Prima.
I agree.
Just let Tina take 2 Earthquakes.
Like let it take all the energy. Let it just farm that like get a little.
Oh.
Okay.
Okay.
Actually, I don't think it's that bad
I don't
because
hate
even
that.
then
I don't hate that.
the Primarine doesn't need shields for Gyarados.
Exactly. Yeah, that's a good point.
So if you really want, you can just put shields on the Giratina and you still can win this matchup.
Yeah. You just need to make sure if you're going to be playing it that way that you make sure the Tina gets through this extra kill, which it should.
Yeah, I don't see any problem with this for sure.
This Earthquake, if that's what it is, will do quite a bit. No, still Drill Run. And yeah, now this is probably just GG's. You could also switch here if you really wanted to.
Yeah, you could. You definitely can.
Yeah, that was just a rough matchup for Stefan. The alignment was never there, and it's just tough to work through those bad leads.
Yep.
You know,
like having a team that completely just gets neuter the count charm is just not.
Yeah, for
exactly
sure.
fun.
And you could
especially like to a charmer of like this degree with Primarina. Like I mean, if it were Togekiss, it'd be okay because at the very least you have the Aqua Tails that be hitting it hard. You have the Hydro Cannons.
Yeah.
You have the potentially the Rock Blast from Heracross, or you could have ran Rock Slide on Giratina, but we're not going to. I mean, Excadrill, but with Primarina, you don't have that. You don't have that.
Really well played there, by the way, Kelsey. Really well played. And for Stefan, really well played by both of them. Obviously, the team favored Kelsey there, but well done.
No matter what, both of these players are absolutely amazing, and I mean a lot more skilled than I am. So,
you can see them playing with all really well.
Love, respect. So, these are some awesome games. RPS definitely does suck, but you know, it really do be like that, unfortunately. And so, we see the 3.5 to 0.5 given to Kelsey.
I like the commitment to accuracy with that scorekeeping.
I do too.
And we have now one more match.
One more game. We got Chris versus Flume. And whoa, Flume isn't completely screwed over by a Singular Mon this time. Whoa. Because it's kind of been a recurring theme.
Really nice team. I like them a lot, actually.
I do too. I like this a lot. Like Flume genuinely has a lot of they both have a lot of play against each other. Like I kind of like the Mammoth one on Flume side being able because nothing really likes to take the avalanches.
Yep, I agree. My thing is, what do you run on your Rhyperior? Because I think you need Smackdown.
Smackdown.
But that Tyranitar just does not care. It does not care about Smackdown.
T-Tar also looks really nice here too. Like I mean, I really think you want Smackdown for the ability to deal with because Dragonite and Ho-Oh here are really good.
Dragonite and Ho-Oh, I think you do need Smackdown, but then you need a second option to deal with Tyranitar.
You can go with what's it called? You can go with Surfetch. You can go with Surfetch. You can go with the Genesect. You can go with Goodra. You have options for the Tyranitar.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
So I think you have a lot of play against it, but it's just a matter of what. And then the other thing, Mew, the interesting little wild card itself.
What moveset will that Mew have? That is the question.
Yeah, that is the question. I kind of like, I mean, I was thinking maybe something with like Focus Blast could be kind of quirky for the T-Tar, but I think Surf could also work if you don't want to, like, Surf could be nice for dealing with...
Chat. Guess the moveset, and let's see if we see it.
Yep.
It's always a fun game to play.
It is always the best little game. It's like, I'm honestly feeling Surf and, probably Surf and Ice Beam. I feel like, why not?
Yeah.
Rockside Surf, Surf Ice Beam. Like, yeah, that's kind of like my assumption.
Or, Dragon Claw is also a play.
Dragon Claw is always good on Mew because it's just a fast, hard-hitting move.
Right there, so that's nice. Chris, no, you should probably not guess.
Yes, Chris, I think we
You might know, maybe.
There's a chance.
Unless you have a slight idea.
Somebody doing some things on your account. I think, yeah.
But hopefully everyone else can enjoy some guessing, and let's get into the battles.
Yes, Chris, you're definitely running Frost Breath, Hyper Beam, Solar Beam.
You've gotta run that set. That's the standard set, I feel like.
It is. We get the Mew right away, and we get Mew into Mammoth Swine, so this is pretty solid.
We'll figure this out right away.
Yep, and we get Shadow Claw, yep, Rock Slide.
My guess is that it'll be Shadow Claw, Surf, and Stone Edge. That's my guess.
That's fair. I saw some Rock moves, so it's either Rock Slide or Stone Edge, along with Surf. So we get the Zazmenta onto the Lugia here, and so the crunches are going to add up at the same time. Okay, so but at the same time, these are going to be these Sky Attacks are going to be super effective. So
it's Lugia, so like,
it's fat. It
doesn't care.
Going nowhere.
Yeah, it doesn't care about super effective. It doesn't even know what that means, to be honest. It's confused you brought it up.
Yeah, exactly. I don't even know why I brought it up. It's just like Lugia does not see type effectiveness.
Yeah. It doesn't really know what you're talking about there with it. It tanks 2 of them without an issue. Which is
exactly. Like that's insane. Yeah. That the Pokemon is able to do that, and it gets to the next Sky Attack. Move. But CMP.
Yeah, I think you let it go here. You got a shield advantage. I think you just take that.
Yeah. And we're going to eventually get the so we're gonna get we're getting Switcher, we're getting Shield, and we get Switch back, which is really nice.
That is huge. That is really nice. Yeah, Lugia is just ridiculous.
Yeah, it's such a good save. It's such a good save, and it's such a good closer. So we get far with the Mammoth Swine, which is
nice because as you mentioned earlier, there's just nothing that loves taking avalanches. But the Surfs are similarly effective here. So Mew's in a fine spot.
Like Mew does really nicely, like especially with this moveset now that we have it revealed against this entire team. Like everything either doesn't like the shield or needs a shield or needs shields, or obviously just doesn't like fast move pressure. Like A2 does not like it whatsoever.
Yep.
So we're gonna just farm it down. Are we gonna get to another avalanche before? We get the catch into Dragonite. Ooh. Okay.
This is
that was nice
position to be in. Because the Dragonite is good here because it just gets to a better charge move for this matchup.
Yep.
A lot faster.
Because Draco Meteor and Power Whip here are just slow, and obviously.
Yeah, and that
is the name of the game for these Dragon Brothers.
Has a move. So I don't really know what the plan is here. Oh, it doesn't get there.
Wow. And you win CMP against Mamo. Okay.
But that's fine, though. The Mamo can just farm down.
Yeah, this isn't great.
I don't think the Mamo threw a move. I don't think it would have thrown a move there. I think it just farms down, yeah.
And...
Oh, does it not?
Oh. Mamo didn't have a move, according to Chris, okay?
Yeah, I think Mamo needed to farm down, but Gudra's tanky.
Yeah, Gudra is thick, and that was a nice game.
I guess I just assumed that the Powder Snows could farm down, but yeah, not the case. Not the case.
Gudra is just so bulky. It's got the fun charge moves. It's an exciting mon.
Absolutely.
How is Flume going to be able to come back from this one? Does he need alignment? Does he need because we know that so now he knows so he knows one of the moves on the Mew. Doesn't know the second charge move. How can he play? I think the T-Tar has to come out here at some points.
Yeah, you saw the Shadow Claw, you saw the Lugia. I think that entire team was very weak to T-Tar. I think the Surfetch and the possibility of Mud Slap on the Superior is what kept the T-Tar at bay at first, but I think it'll come now.
Yeah.
Or at least I think it should come now anyway.
It absolutely should come. Like I don't really see much of a reason for it not to come, because even then, if it's running Bite, for example, it can at least fast move pressure or a decent amount of Rhyperior's health away.
I agree.
Right, let's get into this next battle.
Let's
see how this goes. Got Flume against Crispy, round 2. We get the Surfetch into the Zazmenta. Okay, so how are we going to play this out?
I believe this is good for Surfetch, just
because the counter damage rather than the Snarls.
Yeah, and Snarls are a very good move, but they're resisted and it's not counter.
Oh, it goes straight to the Brave Bird. Okay, that's a move.
That is a play. That tells me he doesn't really care about switch advantage. He's going to switch out right here to clear the debuff. Yep.
Yep.
And Mew
switch right away into T-Tar. There's And there's the bite. Oh my
It's
god, that
bite!
damage.
Wow. I mean, it makes sense, because Bite will really be helpful against both the Lugia and... I mean, not Lugia, Spectron's fine too. But against the Mew, you definitely want Bite.
Mhm.
It's just such a bad move. I don't typically think of it, but yeah, it was good there.
Yeah, I mean, Bite T-Tar has some play in Master League, just for the, especially if Shadow, just for the ability to have that insane fast move pressure and the ability just to one shield Dialga is absolutely nutty too.
And do you get the full farm down here? No.
Nope, you have to gotta do that.
I think that
Gotta
actually
throw the
probably
move.
could have gotten the farm down there, but
I could have seen that, but
I think just 2 more snarls would have been enough.
Mhm.
But we're probably going to see the Lugia come out.
yeah, I think Lugia play. But okay,
No,
that works too.
That works too. Free counter, you'll love to see it. And now
Mhm.
getting close to Leaf Blade range.
Yep. We shield to close combat. That's fine because Surfetch is literal glass.
Yeah.
And we get the catch onto the
Very nice catch.
This is going to do like 2 damage to this Lugia.
Yeah.
Like
It's
all
gonna
of
do
2
less than 2
literal damage.
It's gonna heal the thing.
Yep.
And this is
20 HP.
not an overwhelmingly good matchup for the Mammoth one. I mean, it's good.
Yeah, no,
but
it's still not great just because
Yeah.
it's so bulky
look at
and
it. That was a super effective nuke doing a disrespectfully small amount of damage. Now the Mamo will get the full farm down. It'll come down to whether this Sky Attack plus the counters are enough to farm it down, and I think the answer is yes.
I think so. It might be able to get to a move, but
That's fine because
you
the shield's still there.
shield. Yeah, shields are still there, so like it just there we go. How many catches this stream? 10? I
That's a
was
good
not
point,
keeping
Oscar.
track.
A
So.
lot of catches. Very well played. Everyone's on their game as per usual. I think this is just going to be GG's because
I agree.
You caught the close combat, so that Zama is dry.
Mhm.
And you
And
just
you
get to
outpace.
double Leaf Blade. Yeah, exactly.
You
Before the
outpace
next
super
close
easily.
combat. Really well played. That catch on the Lugia is going to end up being the difference here.
Yes, Lugia is such a good mon just to catch moves on because
and when
it
you catch a
literally
move that
burn
is
shields.
heavily resisted like they just did, it does even less.
It's such a good feeling too.
Yeah, huge feeling. All right.
So, all right. How will Flume? So, Chris, no matter what, is getting a point out of this.
Yep.
Is Flume going to be able to manage himself to get at least a point? How can he recover?
The
How
thing
is he?
He's
not gonna be
realizing
meleeed
now
again?
just that Chris's flexibility with that Mew that's largely unchecked and the Lugia that's largely unchecked gives him a lot of options for safe swapping and flexibility in lines, and
Yes.
struggling a bit with lining help his Pokemon correctly.
Yep. And like I think like T-Tar has to be in the back here for sure because having both Mew and Lugia here is really nice because he can do like it's kind of an ABB-esque strat and lure out the T-Tar and then eventually come in and kill the T-Tar and leave either Mew or Lugia to full reign.
For sure. And I think the T-Tar is going to come back just because the Lugia and the Mew have been shown to come game in and game out.
Yep.
I think you need the T-Tar to deal with them, but I think you just need to make sure you line it up better on the things you need to get it up. I think getting the T-Tar lined up on the Lugia would be huge. So
Definitely.
that's probably what Flume's going for in Game 3, but let's see if it works out.
All right. Flume's got some dance moves. I respect.
You gotta
love it. You do gotta vibe. Genesect to the Dragonite. Okay, so this isn't terrible for either or. I mean, it's leaning more towards Flume right now.
Yeah. The Genesect is so spammy.
It is. It's such a fun mon.
Yeah. And you see it's already at like 1.5 magnet bombs.
And these magnet bombs are gonna hurt.
Move on it. I didn't notice.
Electric Technoblast.
Nice. Yeah, I think that makes sense here. I think it's a good way to go.
So this is. So are we gonna shield this? We're not gonna shield this.
Yeah. Oh.
We do shield this. We do. Good. We gotta respect that Hurricane.
Oh no, it's not Technoblast, is it? Because it's. I don't think that was Technoblast. We'll see it when it comes back in. It was. I think
Genesect
that was
get
Zap Cannon.
does it get Zap Cannon? I don't know Genesect. Alright, I'm looking this up.
Regardless, we
Yeah.
are back in this game
Mhm.
from game 1. This Lugia can tank a billion moves.
Lugia is just so bulky. It's such a magnificent mon. Yeah, it does get Zap Cannon. I did not know that.
I mean, it just based on how much energy it took to load one, it looked like Zap Cannon to me.
Yeah, that's fair.
With the 75 energy that it takes to get
Yeah.
to Zap Cannon. And look at this full farm down. That is a gigantic farm down.
That is a move. That is nothing wants to take either a crunch or close combat here.
No, but Genetech can get off their Magnet Bomb first, or just not bring it in at all.
Mhm.
So this is Mew's not tanking crunches the way that Lugia
Yeah,
does.
no.
That
Like,
is not
that's
a thing.
it. That's half.
Yeah, that's there. Yeah,
Like, that goes from being like, that's nothing to being like, that is genuinely something.
yeah. And Flume getting that full farm down, I think, is going to flip this game.
Yup. Good job, Flume.
Yeah.
On-
And I'm reading chat. I think it was the Zap Cannon. I'm catching up on chat. So that's a very interesting move. I'm curious to see what Chris's thought process was behind that moveset.
Same.
Oh wait, this could be an interesting
Oh,
win con, maybe.
okay. This is something.
I think you
So-
honestly wanted to surf there just because you
Yeah.
wanted to go down. But
So we revealed
regardless,
the Stone Edge here.
It's still a nut hole.
then-
Yeah, it's still gonna be a lot to get through.
Uh-huh. Zap Cannon one-shots Ho-Oh. Interesting.
Ah.
I did not know that. The Magnet Bomb was for everything else. Yeah, that makes sense, because you really don't want X's or here.
Can you farm this down? I believe not at all.
Yep.
Um,
And Chris takes game.
well, no, there's a third Pokemon in the back, isn't there?
Oh, wait.
I'm pretty sure there's an entire third Pokemon in the back.
Oh, yeah. I
Yeah.
can't think. I cannot think. I'm incapable of
But
thinking today.
this will not KO. I'm fairly certain.
No, yeah.
Not in Master League. It's a very high attack
Nope.
Pokemon, but Mamoswine can tank it.
That still does
And
so much damage, but at the same
It's
time,
a lot
it's
of
going against
damage.
that
But I mean,
target.
Genesect is such a high attack Pokemon. Very well played. Yeah, I was pretty sure that there's an entire third Pokemon we hadn't even seen yet in the back, but honestly, Chris made that closer than I expected. So
Mhm.
well done there.
Well played.
Yep.
Is Flume going to be able to tie now?
These are the questions we ask ourselves.
So Flume is not getting zero forward. He's not walking away with that Battle of Shame, which
Oh,
good on
no,
him. I mean,
no one would have expected that.
given some of the team comps Flume has gotten himself into, I'm proud of him. He got a win.
Yes, Oscar. Bloom with the pro strat of bringing 3 Mons on his team. That
Yes,
third Mon strat was definitely overpowering in that last game.
Yes, that was amazing. That was such a good strategy. Like, who
I
needs?
always like it. All right, I would bet my left arm that Chris brings the Lugia again.
I would too.
And probably the Mew, because like, why not?
Yeah, I
you
bet
know?
my right arm on Mew.
All right, so you have your right arm on Mew, I have my right arm on Lugia. Let's hope we both end this with both of our arms.
Would be a handful to.
All right,
not
so
have an
you've
arm.
got your arm, because there's the Mew.
Cool.
And I have mine too. Yay! Lugia's back there as well. I think
Very
this was
nice.
the game 1 team, right?
Yeah, this is the game 1 team.
Yep.
Flume's
Yeah,
on
what's your game
victory
one?
plan
Let's see
and
if it
bring
works
3
again.
Mons and get crunch debuff. Yeah, I think that's a really good plan. Like,
Ooh, that is unfortunate. I don't think the lag went into that catch because I think that just the lag on the catch.
Yeah.
So I think that was always the plan.
then we go
now we're-
Goodra here, so because we already have the decent chip on Dragonite, so if we do
If
put a
it-
shield in here, I think you should
if
be
it
fine
plays out the
with
way-
your
One, then you get the full farm down right before the second Dragon Claw.
Uh-huh. Yeah, I think so.
It'll be very close though, because you see there he's like I think the second Dragon Claw now. No, he must.
Yeah,
have been
it would have
right there
been just like
before the
right
end.
then, like a Dragon Claw
Must be
there, or
right
like,
there.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And he's loaded on energy now.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, at least 65. Yeah, 'cause based on where the power whip is, I think 70 energy for the double Dragon Claw was there. So must have just
Mhm.
died with it. Chris, if you're in chat, Wrong team. If Flume was in chat, let us know how close you got to that.
Mhm.
Oh,
died with a
I was probably
move.
that close. I was
Ouch.
probably that close, to be honest. Died
Yeah.
with the power whip. You hate to see it, but
You do hate to see it,
get
but
the shield back. And you can tank an avalanche here.
and you're gonna get to install Lugia closer. But
Yeah.
what if there's a T-Tar in the back? What if that's a thing?
That could be a thing.
That would be a really
You might
shield.
try to catch with the Lugia, but yeah, T-Tar in the back would be GG's.
Mhm.
You gotta hope it's the Zam.
We got-
It is the
no.
Zam. All right.
Yep, that's a Zam. That's game.
That should be fine. Despite all of the super effective moves in this Zam, Lugia doesn't care all that much.
It's just Lugia. It's bulky. It's gonna outlive
Unless they get
everything.
another debuff here, which does not happen. We saw in the last game, the debuff in the first crunch meant it couldn't survive the second crunch as easily.
Mhm.
But yeah, here it can. I
Yeah,
think the
it's
debuff
just
was the
gonna
win con there.
Debuff was when con was not met, unfortunately. So we're just gonna.
Ooh, free Dragon Tail as well.
Yeah, this is game, unfortunately.
Yeah, and
Mhm.
even if he gets to a third crunch, which I don't think he will. Oh, you're gonna okay.
Well,
Yeah, I think all you need to do is make sure that you get off a surf in the back.
Mhm.
Yeah, desperately trying to switch out here.
and we get the surf. It goes through.
Yeah, that makes sense, Chris. That makes sense a lot.
Yep.
I think you still
And that's game.
from second avalanche, but
Chris comes
well
away.
played there. Very
nice played. Chris comes away with a 3-1. Flume still gets a little win. That's okay. You got one win.
There you go.
So there we have it. We have our four battles from today. Oscar and Heater tying with the 2-2. Even though Oscar still wins the entire round. We get Heartbroken losing 1-3 to Cabana. Kelsey with 3.5 to 0.5 victory against Stefan, and Chris with the 3-1 victory. So all games are extremely well played.
Absolutely.
Extremely well played.
All four sets were really well played. We saw like just a masterful. This is the last week, so we saw a really masterful understanding of the cores and the team comps that they've been using all these times, and really just a really tightening up of the shots that I think typical as you get deeper into tournaments.
Yep, because people understand, like, they have time to look at all the cores. They have time to see who lost against who, potentially why, like, looking at why, like, certain people lose against other people, being able to understand each little intricacy of the movesets, understanding, like, having them all as a big diversity. I feel like we're absolutely huge here, like, with Chris and his Mew, or
sure.
Oscar.
100%, yeah. And just like,
Stupid
obviously
OP
you're
people.
more comfortable with the intricacies of your moveset than your opponent is, so like those variables are always in the user's favor. So do we want to take a look at the final standings, see what we're looking at? There you go.
All right, so we have all players with at least a few points in the battles. We have Blue Anthrax and Plume in like 9th, 8th, 9th, or 9th and 10th, and then we Dutch Goku slightly above with 6 points at 8th place. Cabana at 7th with 8. Chris
Cabana
also
pushing up
with
that
8
top
at
8
6.
there.
So all the players above Cabana, they're safe
Cabana
from relegation.
Yeah.
And then we got Heartbroken at 5th, Kelsey at 4th, Heater at 3rd, Stefan at 2nd, and then we have our lovely Oscar at 1st.
Yeah, what I wanted to note, congratulations, Oscar, a really strong win. But 2nd through 5th were all like 1 point apart. So like Stefan said earlier that they need Heartbroken Kid needed a win to get 2nd, and we saw why, because 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and 5th were all 1 point apart.
Like
3
it was
people at 10 points and then 1 at 11 is so close, and I think that's an indicative of just how strong the competition was. But enough out of us. We have joining us here in chat the winner, Oscar. What is up, man? How are you doing? Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Hey, thanks. I'm doing fine.
So talk to us a little bit about your strategy going into this, how you built your team and how you approached week in and week out.
You have an absolutely amazing team, so I'm interested to hear about how it is and also explain to the chat like how your team building process has helped your gameplay overall.
Yep.
Yeah, so first round I picked the Kyogre because I think Kyogre is just one of the best picks. It won so many champs divisions already, so it was a no-brainer to pick that in the first round. And then the second round I got a medal. I didn't expect it to come back because usually it goes around the start of the second round, but this time it got a little later, which was great. Now I had two very strong mons to start with. Then the third round, I did expect Latios to come back because it didn't really fit the teams of Kelsey, Heartbroken Kid, or Flume. So I gambled on Latios coming back and picked Sylveon before it already.
Smart.
And then it did indeed come back, and Latios' fourth round was just amazing. It won so many battles for me. Before today, it has only lost one battle.
Wow.
So
That's impressive.
yeah, that was just incredible. And then the last two picks were for specific opponents. So for Flume, I didn't need anything because that was already a very dominant matchup.
Yeah,
against
with
Heartbroken
Flume,
Kid. Yeah, against Heartbroken Kid, I really needed a counter user. So Machamp was the best one for that. Against Kelsey, the matchup was a bit hard, but there was nothing really that was good against her team, so I didn't pick anything for her. Avalok was very good against Dutch Goku, Blue Anthrax, and Stefan. Good against 3 in the fifth round is a good pick, and it won a lot of matches for me as well. And then Machamp was for Cabana too. So in the end, I was happy with all of my mons. I think all of them did a great job. Even though I didn't use my medal that much, it was a very valuable team member as well.
Yeah, for sure.
Because even then, it definitely has the bench pressure, which is always absolutely crucial for most teams, being able to threaten the steals, other fairies. It's just such a good mon, and like with the ability that you were able to change around with the movesets, run Flash Cannon some weeks, run Hyper Beam, or not Hyper Beam, I mean Thunderbolts. That's really valuable, and that's a great team building process. And thank you very much for going over with us. And I'm now inspired to build my own Latios. And out of curiosity, how do you feel like Luster Purge will affect Latios' viability?
I think Latios was already like one of the best picks for where you could pick it, because usually you can pick it in the late third round, but for late third round it was just very strong with Dragon Breath, Dragon Claw, high stat product. So I expect it to go early third round, maybe even in the second round with Luster Purge.
Because you definitely inspired me to build one.
Yeah.
Because I got a shiny 98 with Luster Purge the other day, so I'm making that as soon as possible.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, like Ali mentioned earlier, just the Pokemon individually really strong in your team, but the way they work together also, you can tell just how beneficial it was and flexible against like the varied teams you fought. So I think that was definitely a key. That went really well.
Yeah, I think that having just that versatility of is absolutely huge. Like having a strong core to begin with and just being able to pick for your opponents was that is a genius strategy.
Yep, absolutely. Couldn't agree more.
And then another point that we wanted to bring up with you is the new so since this is the last week of the Pokemon PoGoRaids draft tournament, we heard that you're the leader of the organizer of the next season of draft. Can you explain to us what that might be like to the viewers and us?
Yeah, so this was an official season with promotion and relegation, and now we will have a break season with no promotion or relegation structure, but instead we will try out some new draft formats. And one of these formats is the auction draft, which I will be hosting starting next week. In auction draft, unlike in normal draft, you can all pick simultaneously. instead of waiting for your turn. So you get 100 coins, and with those coins you can buy your team, and you don't need to wait. So you can buy very lots of different team compositions are possible now. For example, you could pick Lugia and Dialga if you have the coins for it, and then go with some 4 very weak mons in addition to that. Or you could pick some cheaper mons and then go with like Latios, Metagross, Zamazenta, Sylveon, and that kind of team, and
like
combine
this.
all of those. So
I like this.
Yeah, you will get very different teams from what you normally see in terms of what's combinations. So you will not see a Dragonite Melmetal combination maybe, or no. The teams will look very different, and because it's new, no one really knows what they're doing. So we'll just find out how it works.
I can't wait to see how this is going to go.
Yeah, I absolutely love auction drafts. You know, it's a common thing in like sports and whatnot, and I cannot wait to see how it gets implemented in Pokemon, because it's a very different strategy, and it's going to lead to some really fun teams and metas for sure.
Like, if I am able to participate, this will be my first auction draft, so I'm very excited to see like what kind of strategies I end up coming up with for this.
Yeah, and it's very tough to figure out your strategy and like whether you want, because like somebody might say you're gonna prioritize getting like one of the really superstar Pokemon. Some other person might decide to just, you know, put all of their resources towards like some of the middling ones and go with their depth. So it really depends on the strategy you want to bring in and preparation you put in beforehand to really like set your goals.
I agree. I think it's going to be really interesting to see. I'm excited.
Absolutely. So, Oscar, anything else you want to bring up about either this tournament that we just had, or the draft, the auction draft coming up, that you want the chat to know about?
No, nothing really. I think that's all it for now.
Awesome.
All right. Sounds good. Well, again, congratulations.
Congratulations on the victory again.
That I loved watching your battles every week. You did an amazing job. So good job with the work you put into this. Congrats, and I cannot wait to see how this auction draft ends up.
I'm very excited. Congratulations again, and best of luck running the auction.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Thanks, guys.
Of course.
Anytime.
Have a good day. Have a good day.
Have a great night. All right.
So I think that's all we had.
That is all for today. And
I just want to thank Stefan and Ali there for hanging out with me. Everybody in chat for hanging out with us on this lovely Saturday.
Yep.
Everybody you see there on the screen involved in the production. A great staff here, an amazing group of people. And you want to say anything before we go?
Yes, of course. I want to say also thank you to everyone who showed up. Thank you. It's been a great time doing this, and throughout all the season, or throughout the season, thank you to the production cast for inviting me on to Shoutcast all these times. It's been an absolute pleasure doing so, and I absolutely love it. And I mean, thank you, and I mean, thanks to the production staff for putting on an awesome stream, and then just, thanks to chat for showing up and making it a fun experience overall.
Oh, yeah, go ahead. Oh, should I say that again? Yeah. Sorry.
So April 28th is not the next stream.
We will not be doing our next stream last week, is what we're trying to say. Copy paste
you don't have to wait an entire year for the next PoGoRaids stream.
Yeah. That's not a thing. I didn't even notice that, so thank you for bringing that up. I'm very observant, obviously, and I noticed it right away. But that is not a thing.
Yeah.
So don't tune in last week or next year.
Unless you have a time travel device.
Yeah, which would be fine then. You can go ahead and do that.
Yeah, go for it.
Watch it. Yeah, go back in time last week to watch it. That would work too.
No, I won't say no. But,
I mean, I feel like that's a good use of your time at that point.
yeah, exactly. Like, I mean,
All right,
I do
guys.
that.
So
All right,
thank you all for hanging out.
Thank you very much for tuning in. Thanks for showing up, and hope you all have a great time, a great rest of your day, great rest of your weeks, however it may be. Have a nice one.
Yeah, enjoy your weekend, and we will see you next time.
All right.